So a pretty unreal pack for JOAO Felix right there. You can see the two players loading into the game right now, JOAO Felix and Bruno Guimaraes. We'll see which way this game does go. 4-2-3-1 in action for JOAO Felix. So any early indications, Ryan? The 4-2-3-1, arguably the most OP, the most effective formation in FIFA 20. Does that give you any good signs?
Yeah, definitely. He knows what he's doing in that sense. But it's... Oh, wow. He almost scored already. But yeah, in terms of early indications, using that formation shows he does have some understanding of the game. But he had his FIFA trainer on, you know? So you never know. Maybe it's his first time maybe competing against someone else.
A little interesting fact as well. We know that FIFA esports right now is moved on so much at the moment with the La Liga. It's actually Andoni, very famous Spanish FIFA player, who's actually been teaching JOAO Felix a few things coming into this tournament. On the other side of that, we know that Coco V Bastos is a professional FIFA player, so Aero as well at Olympic Lyon. Have they been helping Bruno? That is the question. Olympic Lyon will have their first attack in this game. It will try and come forward, but Partey doing very well at the back. A very solid CDM, Mr. Richard Buckley.
Yeah, and he's travelled about 50 yards with the ball as well, Thomas Partey. He'll be coming to your birthday party later today, Brandon. JOAO Felix pushed into the back post.
No.
Just headed out right there. Still on, but clears his lines. Does Bruno Guimaraes.
Bruno's leaving a lot of space open in the middle. I'm not sure what formation he's playing, but it seems like when JOAO Felix does get the ball, he's the license to freedom or to move up the pitch, as you saw with Partey there, was massive.
A fantastic start. I don't know if you just made a joke, Ryan, but Bruno was enjoying that one. It was, if you look from the word go, just the amount of away, you know, that dark strip of Atletico. So many shirts full. We've seen a few ball rolls in there as well. Just very basic skill moves. And I'm sure there's a number of FIFA players watching the Stay and Play Cup, Ryan. How basic, first and foremost, to learn is a drag back and a ball roll, and how effective is it? Because it really can be effective and can move someone from, you know, maybe a gold one, gold two to elite as this chance comes in. João Cancelo, a big save at the end there.
Yeah, ball rolls and drag backs are skills that are very, very effective this year. It's good to get them into.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ryan. Beautiful play right there. Just slipped the ball into him. It's been coming in this first 17 minutes. Slotted past the goalkeeper. Fantastic start for JOAO Felix, and Alvaro Morata is the goal scorer. But as you were saying, with the ball rolls and the drag backs, is it more about the combination of the skill moves or just the implementation of them?
I feel like this year especially, as you can't really skill chain that much, so you have to be picking and choosing the correct skill moves to use at perfect times. And in and around the edge of the box, you can combine a drag back with another skill move like an elastico, and it could be useful to open up space here. And that's a great goal.
Wow. That is a very tasty goal indeed. He scored himself. He has, Bruno. Equalises. And I tell you what, that's a smart finish. It's a guaranteed goal. He played the one more extra pass, and Guimaraes has just equalised for Olympic Lyon. We've been hyping up JOAO Felix. How about that one, gentlemen?
Yeah, straight from kickoff. He came at him very, very quickly. Did Bruno. Beautiful play inside the box as well. It looks like maybe even a lateral heel to heel inside the box, and then just a simple pass. Coming forward again. Free kick on the edge, potentially.
Free kicks this year, it could go either way. You can either ping them into the top corner or into Rose head. It's quite difficult, but it's taking.
I didn't enjoy that one, did he, gentlemen?
I think it is.
That was a pretty poor free kick.
These two are actually talking in-game chat right now to each other. You can see in just the top right corner, the mic's flickering. Both of these two talking to each other while the game is playing. Getting that extra 5% inside your opponent's mind.
I think you could be spot on there as well, Richard. Great to see two players doing that as well. If you have just joined us, this is the Stay and Play Cup. We're in the round of 16 games at the moment. The big talking points already that Manchester City out in day 3. And AIK, the Swedish side, are on absolute flames at the moment. They are into the final 8 in the quarterfinal. Whoever wins this will set up a match tomorrow in the last 8. 1-1 the scoreline so far. What a first 30 minutes it's been as Olympique Lyon will come forward again into Dembele. Could it be 2? It will be. What a turnaround it has been for Bruno as well.
2 goals in very quick succession. Thiago Mendes playing the ball into Dembele. Just too much space inside the box to work with. Smash past the goalkeeper. And Bruno with a really smart comeback in this game so far.
Seems to be a common theme coming back from 1-0 down, but as I was talking about the space from JOAO Felix, it seems, the space from Bruno and defensively anyway, JOAO Felix seems to be a lot more open than Bruno, and it's chance after chance for Bruno, and perhaps he could score again.
Speaking of goals, he might have wanted a drag back. This is beautiful on the finesse. It will go on the rebound. Keeper somehow there. Jan Oblak, heroic goalkeeper, just to clear that one off the line. But you're exactly right, Ryan. Attack after attack at the moment for Olympique Lyon, Richard.
Yeah, that were a perfect drag back as well inside the box there. The correct skill move at the right time, the correct timing of the skill move as well. But we're seeing a lot of crosses into the box as well from Bruno. So I feel like he's got a good understanding of FIFA 20, but not an amazing understanding. 'Cause a pro player there would look for a cutback with an X pass, Ryan.
Yeah, definitely. And utilising, as you said, the ball roll and drag back and fake shot stops in those type of situations, I say pivotal in opening up your opponent, because once you stop on the ball, it's kind of down to your opponent whether you give them something to think about. Should they press you into the box to perhaps make a challenge or risk taking a chance to get the ball? They could give away a penalty, or do they try and predict your movements? They don't really know what to do.
Again. He's done it again. You just saw there on that build-up from Olympique Lyon. JOAO Felix just so rash at the back. I saw Trippier pulled out from right back. A centre-back was pulled out, and that will be a brace for Dembele. But more importantly, a 2-goal cushion for the French side and the Brazilian in Bruno. What a turnaround, and what a first 45 minutes this has been for him.
It's been a fantastic early half, hasn't it? First half for Olympique Lyon. And Bruno Guimaraes. Not only is he leading 3-1, but let's not forget, this man was 1-0 down. We're playing in a one-legged game of FIFA. In the first half, he's gone from 1-0 down to being 3-1 up and cruising. Just as I say that, Diego Costa bearing down on goal. Looking to open up. Is he going to shoot near post? Great tackle from Bruno. Diego Simeone lost for words on the touchline.
Oh! Hello!
Oh my. Everyone at the back just panicking. And that will take us into half-time, where we have been spoilt with 4 goals. We're actually coming up to 50 goals being scored in the Stay and Play Cup. I think we're on a total of 47 scored so far since we kicked off the tournament on Wednesday. We have been spoilt each and every day of some fantastic games. But just a quick word, Ryan, on that first half performance from the Olympique Lyon man in Bruno Guimaraes. He has been very, very clinical and actually quite smart in the attack.
Yeah, I respect how he continues to push forward, especially going 1-0 down. And in a best-of-1 format, especially through experience, when you play best-of-1, you need to try and assert your dominance as early as possible.
You see the stats there on your screen. Good possession for Bruno Guimaraes at the halfway point. We are on a live broadcast right now, done remotely from all around the globe. As you can see, just a couple of settings being changed there. In share play, coming into the second half. If you're JOAO Felix's coach right now, Ryan, what are you saying?
I would probably tell him in all honesty, I would change some of the tactics. It looks like he's got his fullbacks and his centre mids perhaps on come forward or on balance. They're not really staying back defensively. So I try and get him to change that for maybe the first 15 minutes up to the 60th minute. And if the scoreline's still the same, or if it's got worse, I would tell him this is probably the moment now you need to to start pushing people forward to try and lower the deficit.
Oh no.
What I was going to say, Richard, is just how impressive this remote broadcast is from EA Sports and all involved, broadcasting all around the world, and how to showcase some of Europe's best professional footballers on the sticks and the virtual pitch. We're back underway in this second half. Early goal is needed from JOAO Felix, but I tell you what, Olympique Lyon, it's one-way traffic at the moment. Cut back inside on that finesse, and it's over the bar.
Inches off that top left corner from our right there. But as you said, one-way traffic right now from Olympique Lyon and Bruno Guimaraes. And to be honest, the second half starting just as the first one finished. Did go over the goalkeeper. That's luscious. Like a nice soap.
4-1. If I was JOAO's coach right now, I'd honestly just go for it. I'll change everything just to try and push players forward, because a 3-goal deficit in a best-of-1 format is pretty hard to overturn. So he doesn't have a lot of time left. So I perhaps change to a 3 at the back and throw as many men forward as possible.
Well, that's 4 goals to 1, and if I'm going to be completely honest, I've been a little bit disappointed by JOAO Felix, a man that looks like he has actually put a lot of time into FIFA 20 in terms of Ultimate Team. Yes, it's head-to-head, but still it's FIFA 20, and it's a team that you should be very familiar with. But a hat-trick for Dembele, the Frenchman, looking for more, looking to score a 5th in this game. Can he try and break that down? Mendes. No way through in the end, and we go straight back down the other end.
Bago.
And you pointed out a little bit earlier, Richard, that we believe both of these two are on a live mic chat to each other in this game, and you can see how much Bruno is enjoying it.
Boa.
What an
Chance.
opportunity as well
Felix went for that cutback.
for both of these two players to flex their FIFA muscles right now, and Bruno Guimaraes relishing this opportunity.
No, Gordil.
I feel like the score is not
me
done. I
too.
feel like there's going to be quite a few more goals because there's a lot of space.
no.
Oh, as soon as I said that.
I'll tell you what,
Just as you said it, Ryan.
even if
Exactly.
JOAO Felix loses this game, he's done what he came out to do. Score with himself on the big stage at the Stay and Play Cup. And it was a mistake from Bruno. You heard him panicking as soon as he rolled that one out to the edge of the box. But it's a treat for the Portuguese attacking midfielder. And it's a goal for him as well at the Stay and Play Cup.
4-2 with what, 22 minutes left to play. Are we going to see the comeback of the Stay and Play Cup? Or will it be Bruno Guimaraes killing off this game? Good tackle there from Lodi and a chance to counter-attack. You talked about those attacking midfielders and fullbacks. He needs them right now, Ryan.
Definitely. I feel like, as I said, there's still options to go forward. He just needs that one goal. I'd say if he can get a goal by the 85th minute, even I'd say 85th minute latest, I feel like he's definitely in for a shout to grab another, because Bruno's leaving a lot of spaces, so there's going to be chances for both teams. So we'll see who can be the guy to get the next goal.
And if Lyon were to grab another one, that cushion will be back to 3 goals, and it'll be 5 goals to 2 to the Brazilian. He's
No!
been very clinical in the final third. He's already bagged a hatchet with Dembele. Could it be a 4 for the Frenchman? Just trying to pressure him. Well recovered by Felipe, and that ball will go back forward again. Whoever wins this will go into a quarter-final against AIK. It'll be our second out of 4 quarter-finals booked in. We already have one quarter-final that was already booked in after yesterday, Richard. That was Roma against Bromby. That should be an exciting one tomorrow.
Yeah, both those two players picking up good victories. Arguably the favourite for the tournament, Jesper Lindstrom, into the quarter-final, taking on Justin Kluivert. 2-0 victory for him yesterday, set him in to the top 8. Final 10 minutes here, Traore down this right-hand side, cuts it back. Once again, Thiago Mendes, near post. And Bruno Guimaraes going into the final 8 with a standout performance in the Stay and Play Cup.
(5-2), definitely over 10 minutes to go. Unless he's managed to channel his inner DH text, I feel like it's over. There's not going to be a chance for him to get 3 opportunities to equalise, to say the least anyway. But I thought 5 goals anyway for Bruno is honestly quite generous for JOAO. I feel like he could have conceded a few more goals. But yeah, 5-2, Bruno's in control.
What's been your kind of your biggest achievement, so to speak, Ryan, in the world of FIFA esports? You've been able to play for a handful of esports organisations and football clubs and played in some amazing tournaments. What's kind of been your standout highlight as this game does come to an end?
In all honesty, I'd say the qualifiers that I won in Munich is a massive point in FIFA 17, but I'd say my biggest accomplishment is honestly coming back from 4-0 down in the Champions League last year. That was a massive accomplishment for myself, because being 4-0 down on FIFA 19, and deservedly so, by the way, I deserve to be 4-0 down, but to come back and win 5-4 is probably my biggest accomplishment. It gave me that boost of confidence I needed going into the rest of the season. And even this year, just to know that I do have the ability to come back when losing by that deficit. Obviously, it's not great to be in that losing position, but to come back, it shows a lot of fighting spirit.
I actually stood on the stage as Bruno makes it 6 right there when you did perform that comeback, and seeing sort of you 4-0 down. I think it was Honey Badger who was coaching you at the time, your teammate, when you were at hashtag, getting in there and sort of just saying, look, focus up, you're good enough, you can do this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and the entire arena is all focused on this one game. It was a real sight and an unbelievable moment in last season's Global Series.
Well, we've had the pleasure of having Ryan Passova in the commentary booth with us. There goes the full-time whistle. These two teams may have never met before on the real pitch. They make history today in the Stay and Play Cup. And even more history could be made for Olympic Lyon as they will go through to the quarter-final stages now. Bruno Guimaraes into the final 8 now, and he'll be going up against a very tough opponent, a man that's already proven himself twice over 2 days in Bahui. A massive performance there, and I can't wait for that quarterfinal, guys. We've still got 2 more quarterfinals to set in stone for tomorrow, but it was one of those games, Richard, where when you score more goals against your opponent, you haven't, JOAO Felix having to chase the game. He's having to chase and chase and chase, and when you've got a 2-goal cushion, a 3-goal cushion, it just becomes too difficult.
And let's not forget as well, JOAO Felix went 1-0 up in that game. Guimaraes turned 3 goals around. It was a fantastic performance from Bruno Guimaraes, but that is enough from myself, Brandon and Ryan for this game. Back over to Jimmy and the guys. What did you make of Bruno's performance?
Thank you, Richard, Brandon, and Ryan. So, fun fact for everyone, the first 2 days of this tournament, only 1 player out of the 8 games came back from a 1-goal deficit, Whoever scored the first goal ended up winning the game. But today, whoever scored the first goal lost both. And that's pretty interesting. Now, fun fact for you again, my favorite part of this match between these 2 players was Bruno G laughing every time he scored. Spencer, what did you make of it?
Yeah, he plays with a smile on his face, which is nice to see and refreshing, and probably quite annoying for JOAO Felix at the time because he was not having a great day of it. But yeah, very good performance. Like you say, coming back from 1-0 down. It's easy when you see these one-legged matchups to think it's as simple as whoever gets the first goal is going to win, but clearly not the case. I've actually been really surprised by the amount of goals we've seen and the amount of turnarounds, and I think that's down to the kind of, I don't want to say disparity, but the unknown element of how good these players are. When you go into a pro event, every player is a certain level, and you probably play a certain way as a result. You want to be quite defensively tight and not give too much away. But these footballers, they're just going at it from minute 1. It's great for the neutral. Every game has been fantastic. I can't think of a game that's not been action-packed.
Now, Mike, JOAO Felix gets that false hope by getting that first early goal. He seemed to be pretty confident, but then it was just one-way traffic the rest of the way.
Absolutely, and I have learned firsthand not to back Spencer on predictions. We're shooting 0 for 2 today. And if we're speaking in full transparency, congratulations to Bruno But I think both of these guys were lacking on the defensive end, and we're going to see that in the future portions of this tournament. Even though Bruno's able to score 6 goals, unless he keeps up that type of goal on goal mentality, he's going to have issues with conceding. I think there's a lot of space in the midfield, a lot of space in the defense from both of these players.
Mike, I think the police are looking for you now. Ryan,
yeah, that's right outside.
Ryan, it is your turn. You've seen Nabil play. You've now seen Bruno G play. Who do you think has an edge now in the quarterfinals?
I would say Nabil, even though he scored less goals compared to Bruno, I'd say Nabil just because I feel like he's a lot more solid defensively. Bruno kind of reminds me when I started off in FIFA 17. I never really cared to defend. I just tried to score as many as possible, but that's obviously not the ideal way to perform because there's going to be situations where you need to defend, your back's against the wall, and you want to have that solid defensive unit and ability to defend and stop attacks from your opponent.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights of this game between Atleti and Olympique Lyon. Bruno G, as he has on the back of his jersey against JOAO Felix. Mike, talk us through these highlights.
Well, what's great about the highlights, we got a lot of goals, and we're going to see a ton of different pass-across types of scenarios and situations from Bruno. Bruno G, we should say. He always looked for the extra pass when he got inside the box, which is definitely someone who's showing experience of playing the game. We also saw a lot of different skill moves, decent amount of tiki-taka, but there was a lot of space from JOAO Felix. He didn't necessarily micromanage his defending and this player switching the same way that we've seen from some of the upper echelon of competitors. You see another layoff there. Dembele had the brace early on. You just can't miss those types of opportunities, and that's something you got to credit. Some people at home might be saying, well, that's not as pretty. That's not as easy on the eyes. That's fine. You wanted something easy on the eyes? We'll give you a little piece of the chip life. That is just luscious, as Richard was saying. I think he also said luscious like a bar of soap. I don't know if that's a UK thing, but I've never described bars of soap and luscious going together. But congrats to Bruno G. 6-2 victory, and he's moving on.
He is moving on, Bruno Guimaraes. Now let's take a look at the updated bracket. Spencer, this is your part of the show.
Yeah, just to confirm, I can reveal that luscious soap is just not a thing. That's a Richard Buckley thing, it's not a UK thing. Yeah, so the Brazilian progresses, and Ryan's talking about him not wanting to defend, but that's the Brazilian way, right? It's attack is the best form of defence, and that's exactly what's worked for Bruno Guimaraes. But he's going to have a tough game up against Bahui in the next round. We've obviously got just 2 spots left in our final 8 teams. And looking forward to seeing who's going to make those 2 spots. Obviously, 4 teams within a shout. And I just can't, I mean, every time we've got 2 games left, as we've mentioned, we've got a few more players to see for the first time, but then we will have seen everyone. And I'll be honest, I started today's show thinking that Jesper Lindstrom had it wrapped up. Now, I've got a bit of food for thought, particularly a Bahui-shaped size piece of food that I'm thinking about.
All right, so a great first half of day 3 is in the books, but the second half could be even better because Ajax and Borussia Dortmund are making their stay and play cup debuts. So don't change the channel. We'll be right back.